Alright, let's talk about something that's been cluttering my feed lately. And honestly, it's driving me insane. Influencer clothing hauls. Yeah, I get it. You got a bunch of free clothes and now you want to show off your sick fits for the 10 millionth time. Influencers get sent a pile of clothes, most of which look like they were designed by a blindfolded toddler on Red Bull. But instead of just quietly accepting their free swag or moving on, they've got to film themselves pulling each item out of a box like it's the freaking Holy Grail. Oh my god! Look at this. I'm obsessed with these leggings. Girl, you've been obsessed with every pair of leggings since 2015. And let's be real for a second. No one asked for a detailed breakdown of every thread and seam in that top. Half the time, they're making up compliments just to fill airtime. This top feels so luxurious. Sis, that's polyester. It feels like plastic because it is plastic. Here's the kicker. Half these hauls are filled with stuff that goes straight into the back of the closet after the video's over. But no, during the video, they'll act like that $5 polyester dress is gonna change their life. It's so cute. Meanwhile, you can practically see the cheap fabric unraveling in real time. I'd say it's funny, but it's tragic when you think about how many poor souls rush to buy the same thing only to regret it the second it arrives. And don't even get me started on how these hauls are fueling the must-have-it culture. Every week it's a new trend. One day it's pastel-colored everything, the next it's cottagecore, and suddenly everyone's supposed to look like they've been living in the woods with fairies for 50 years. And you know what? People fall for it. Influencers convince you that if you're not dropping cash on the latest collection, you're some kind of fashion outcast. It's like a revolving door of trends, and somehow these influencers have become the gatekeepers of what's in and out. I remember when fashion was about expressing your individuality, not about chasing the latest fad because some influencer said it's a vibe. Newsflash, that neon green snakeskin jumpsuit is not a vibe. It's a disaster waiting to happen. But here's the real kicker. Do you ever notice how influencers act like they have taste during these hauls? They'll pull out a neon yellow crop top with tassels and dead seriously say, "This is such a vibe." Like really? A vibe for what? Standing out in traffic? Looking like you fell into a vat of highlighters? Let's be honest, half of them wouldn't be caught dead in those outfits outside of the sponsored post. And let's not forget about the fake excitement. OMG guys, you have to buy this. Do I? Do I really? Because last week you were telling me I had to buy those distressed jeans that look like a family of raccoons attacked them. Now I'm broke and stuck with pants that have more holes than Swiss cheese. And those jeans, you haven't worn them since the haul. Nice try. Let's be real, influencers. I'm happy for you. I really am. You got the brand deals, you're living your best life. But can we tone it down with the endless hauls? Not every article of clothing is iconic, game-changing, or a must-have. Sometimes it's just a pair of pants, and that's okay. Not every piece of clothing has to change your entire existence. And another thing, do any of these influencers actually wear the stuff they haul? Like, you see them trying it on in the video, but then in their actual daily life, it's like, poof, gone. Where's that sparkly jumpsuit you were obsessed with, huh? My guess, it's buried in the back of your closet, along with last year's essential leopard print bodysuit. Oh, and don't forget the links. Check the description for links to everything. Yeah, and check my bank account for the $0 I'll be spending on that nonsense. I mean, seriously. The way they push those affiliate links, you'd think they were selling the cure for aging. It's clothes. They're not solving world hunger with a $30 romper. Man, if you're loving this rant, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you can stay updated with all the stuff that drives me absolutely nuts. Trust me, there's more where this came from. So where does that leave us? Are we all just supposed to keep watching these hauls and pretending that every piece of fast fashion is a revolutionary masterpiece? Or can we admit that 90% of these outfits are going to be in a landfill in 6 months? And don't get me started on the environmental impact. These influencers are out here pretending to care about sustainability while simultaneously promoting the most unsustainable fashion choices on the planet. The hypocrisy is real. Let's talk about that for a second. You've got influencers doing hauls with fast fashion brands that churn out clothing faster than I can refresh my feed, but then they'll post an Earth Day selfie with a caption like, "We need to protect the planet, guys." Oh, really, you don't say? Maybe you could start by not promoting clothes that were made in a factory pumping out pollution like it's going out of style. And don't think I've forgotten about the infamous PR unboxings. Influencers showing off box after box of free stuff they didn't ask for and will probably never use. OMG, thank you so much to insert brand here for sending me this. Yeah, I'm sure you're so thankful for the 10th pair of identical white sneakers. You'd think they'd at least fake some variety, but no, it's the same products over and over. Here's the problem. We're being conditioned to think we constantly need more clothes, more stuff, more of whatever the latest trend is, even if it's totally useless. And influencers are the ones fueling this madness. They're out here making it seem like you can't possibly survive without a new haul every week. Meanwhile, the rest of us are just trying to pay rent and not drown in clutter. At the end of the day, it's all a game. Influencers show off clothes they don't care about, get paid, and we're left to figure out how to afford the latest must-have while silently crying into our ramen noodles. Enough with the clothing hauls. We get it. You have clothes. We do too. Stop the madness. So where does it end? How much longer are we going to pretend that every haul is worth watching, that every item is life-changing? Enough is enough. Maybe, just maybe, it's time to step back and ask ourselves, do we really need more clothes? Or are we just falling into the trap that influencers and brands are setting for us? You don't need every haul. You don't need to buy into every trend. And influencers, we really don't need to see every single thing you own. We get it. You have a closet full of stuff. Congrats. Let's move on.